Hi, everyone. Happy International Women's Day. Thank you, TechNow, for inviting me to speak on the topic managing a startup with scientific aptitude. Myself, Dr. Vaneeta Aggarwal from India. I am founder and CEO of Flow Strategic Advisors and Bismack Media. I started this career as an entrepreneur after having been associate professor in physics and electronics at University of Delhi, India, and this was a complete career transformation from science and tech academician to a media entrepreneur. Uh, right now, my companies, Law Strategic Advisors, Bismack Media, Admit Education Counselors, we service our service areas are higher education collaborations, where we do merger and acquisitions and academic collaborations between institutions, Indian universities and international universities, and we take care of legal compliance. Then we do business strategy e-magazine, monthly business magazine publication. And the purpose of this magazine is corporate learning solutions. And we have tie-ups with international professionals and professors of renowned universities from all over the world who give organic articles in kind to this magazine for the purpose of corporate learning of young executives. Then we are producing Bismack podcast, where we interview celebrities and entrepreneurs and highlight their journey of success and their pointers of how to go about in your business through a podcast and YouTube channel episodes. And finally, our revenue model is through brand advertising and marketing using these publication and webcast and podcast media channels. And then we are also into education counselors, where we help Indian students to go to USA, UK, and Canada universities at undergraduate or postgraduate levels. Our global reach in about 2 years is our business strategy e-magazine. It has reached readers from more than 80 countries right now within 1 year of its launch, because we launched it last year. While Bismet podcast reached all the continents within first month of its launch, and we produced 38 episodes in first 2 months of its launch. Now, coming back to my topic, managing a startup with scientific aptitude. Have been a research scientist, and I was working full time into research and teaching college students. What do we mean by scientific aptitude? And I believe that everybody has a scientific aptitude. It's just a mean to groom up your skills into this arena. And it helps you make more efficient and more savvy on the side of budgeting, as well as not only on money, but also on time. First pointer is arrange and organize. So when we say scientific aptitude, it means arrange your data, what you want, what you need, and organize the structure of your business. Then you have comprehend, delegate, and integrate. So you comprehend all the data that you need and you have collected. Delegate it to your team members, because when you are an entrepreneur and you are a startup owner, you have to focus on business, core business. You cannot do each and everything by yourself. So you need to delegate to your team members and integrate the whole process into the business to develop it and to make it profitable. Time management is a crucial part of a business, and it is a crucial parameter of scientific aptitude, so that you are not wasting your time on an unnecessary process, and you are utilizing and delivering your product or service in a very, very timely manner, so that your client does not run away second time. And lastly, innovate, develop, and execute. Innovation, right now, you would see that is a buzzword in business all over the world. What do we mean by innovate? Innovate means keep on trying new things, keep on remodel your business, keep on including new parameters. So it is a parallel process. Develop to new dimensions and then execute or implement your ideas. That is a scientific aptitude. And if I, translate what in psychology, it is defined what is scientific method. And if I translate into a scientific method for an entrepreneur or for a startup owner, how the process would go. The first thing is identify a problem. When we talk about that you're working on a scientific project and you're a scientist, and now I'm correlating this process to a businessman or businesswoman who is developing a business or want to start up his or her own business, then first thing we say in science is identify a problem on which you want to work. In business language, it is a business idea on which you want to work out. And second thing is you have to legitimate your business idea before actually working on it. So you register your business with the authorities. Second part comes of for the process is create a hypothesis. So whenever we are in science area, we say create a hypothesis, which means what are the processes, what would be the samples, what would be the observations. In business language, it becomes create a business model. So you create how you are going to assemble your product or service, what are the requirements, and how you are going to execute. So develop a business model and also define your product or your service that you're going to deliver, depending upon your business idea where it originated. The next part is test the hypothesis in the scientific language. In the business language, it becomes sample your product or service. So first of all, you will develop a prototype. You won't develop all of us in one go on a very very large scale. Rather, you will first develop a prototype for a small number of clients, which is also called sampling, and then check its viability in the market, whether it is successful or not successful, and depending upon the feedback from the market. Next step is, and the final step is, rework on the hypothesis and then conclude. So, what does it mean? That when you have put your sample or prototype in the market and tested it from the people, got their feedback through a survey, then you innovate and remodel that business model depending upon the feedback of the market, and then remodel your business. Sometimes you might have to leave your original business idea, but hop on to something else which is related to that business idea, close to that business idea, and is more viable in the market and is more unique in the market. Then you start rework on your hypothesis, on your business model, and again move forward. And this way, when you start your startup in a final stage on a larger scale, you will not find many hurdles coming your way because you have actually carried out every process in a very very scientific method, where time management has been taken care of, where costing has been taken care of, where finances have been taken care of, where you already have team members with you. So if we talk about what is basic ingredients of a startup, sometimes we have a very bubbling business idea with us and we want to work upon that business idea, and we think that overnight we will become multimillionaire and billionaire and we will get published in many leading newspapers, but it doesn't happen. You have to go step by step, and it does take some time to reach where you want to reach. First part is strategic planning, again, which means that you have to plan which idea you want to work. So first process comes with business registrations, getting your business IDs, then opening a bank account, which is a current account in the company's name. This whole process generally takes 1 to 2 months. Second part is market research. which means you have to check whether your product or service is viable in market or not. If 100 other companies are making the same product and service, then what makes your product or service unique? So you should develop a unique selling point for your product and service and mold it that way. And then comes organization, which means delegation via partners, freelancers, and employees. Nowadays, like I work with freelancers most of the time, and some of say one or two are the regular salaried employees, but I do not put a bar on them because right now COVID is there. I cannot operate from physical space, and I'm working through virtual, and I cannot have a tab on that my employee will not be joining any other organization parallelly working to my organization. So I rather keep my freelancers on a fixed salary per month. I want my work to be done within deadlines, and that gives them also a space to work at flexibility and also join some other organizations for a freelancing parallel work. It gives them an edge over in their work experience as well as in salaries. Then finally comes finance, which is a very, very important ingredient of a startup. Of course, without having coal or fuel, how will you burn the fire? And then how will you cook your meal? And finance is what is required to pay salaries, to develop an idea, to buy technology, to set up your basic product and service, for marketing, and finally for delivery. So costing is very, very important. You do not need to burn your pockets. uh, my suggestion is keep a fixed capital amount in your bank account which is only meant for your startup. And first year generally is only expense because you are developing your team, you are developing your product and service, you're checking its viability in the market via marketing, which majorly is a bigger chunk of your finances costing. Digital marketing is the most viable these days. Then you have to pay taxes to the government also. So first year normally goes into taking care of expenses only. And slowly you develop your business, you market it, you acquire some clients, and then the income starts flowing in. To take care of finances and to have an understanding of finances, if you are a naive at handling finances, it's better to hire a consultant who will also help you paying the taxes to the government so that you are not in the wrong books of the government authorities. If we see this whole process of maneuvering a startup with scientific approach, then the first is here where the brain with the bulb is there, that you have an idea bubbling in your mind. Second part comes registration of companies, uh, opening a bank's current account, which generally needs some IDs from government. Register yourself for the tax authorities, so you get a tax ID. Then you go for market research and check the viability of your service or product, because if your service and product is not viable in the market, there is no point of going into further process. You have to stop it here and come back to the first point and restart developing a idea which is viable in the market. Rest of the things, this first part, registration of the company, bank's current account, can remain as it is because you're already prepared with your first step. Only your business idea needs to change. uh, your company is already registered, you already have bank accounts, you already have capital investment, you already have all the IDs required, and there is no such bound on a company that it should be profitable from the first year itself. It's only that your paperwork with the taxes and with the finances should be complete. At least that formality, which takes 1 to 2 months in India, you are free of that. Now your concentration is only on the business development. So once you are coming to a product or service which is viable in market, which can give you loads of clients frequently, and where you can sustain your clients again and again. It's not that with one service delivery or product delivery your client relation is over. So your idea should also be like this, that your client is coming to you again and again periodically. Then your finance management again. So expense and income. It's better that you keep an Excel sheet ready on a monthly basis, whatever expenses you are doing, either through net banking or through credit cards and debit cards. Mark it there with date and where it is spent, to have a clear idea, so that after a month or maybe after 6 months, when you are analyzing your expenses, you know that which part was getting more money and which part was getting less money from your account, which activity was more demanding in terms of finances, and which activity you can reduce finances. And then you can uh, concentrate on business development, because that is actually, these are all paperwork formalities. Main thing is business. You need to develop business, so your whole focus should be on how to develop your business, uh, which also means constituting a team. You will need a technology partner, you will need a freelancer. For example, in my media company, when I am working on a e-magazine, I need content writers, I need constant touch up with international professionals who will give me articles. I need to find new professionals every month, so that I have something new for my clients. I keep focus on a niche area. My niche area is business. So all my articles are only related to what business executives need. For example, remote working nowadays. For example, psychology at workplace, which is a very, very important in these challenging times of COVID 19 for over 2 years. Then there is what is the new normal? What are the HR requirements in this new future of work? Then there is lifestyle at workplace. So what kind of dress ups you can acquire, what kind of accessories you should wear. Travel, so for teamwork, what are the destinations which are the best destinations when a team building exercise is done. Then education, so which kind of institutes are good for some skill acquiring. What are the different business trends, career resources, what are the different careers available, which are hotcakes nowadays in these times of COVID. So our core is only around business. For that, I need content writers who are able to write down on business content. Then e-magazine also need graphic designers. So I need to have a dedicated graphic designer who will work on this magazine to create a very beautiful cover page and a very beautiful content look within the magazine. Then I need somebody who can work on social media, because this magazine I have produced, I am spending, and I know I cannot sell it, because nobody wants to invest money in a business magazine. So many are available free online. So that is not my sale price, is not my revenue model. I need somebody to work on social media to highlight it on different social media platforms, LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. These are the main, or YouTube channel, where we give some excerpts of the articles, or podcast where we read out the article from a particular author. So these are the basic requirements for a simple business magazine produced from my home office. Time management is very important, because if you delay your business activity at one point, everything around will delay. Uh, Sales and marketing, as I told you, is very, very important. You need to chalk out which routes you will adopt for sales and marketing of your product or business. It should outreach customers. Technology tools, again, are very, very important. because they reduce the time workload depending upon your business model. If it is a manual, even then need technology tools to be there in place, and a technology freelancer who can handle the technology part for you. Networking is very very important. Either it is by calls or WhatsApp messages or Zoom meetings, Zoom or Google meetings, network or attending conferences and events, visiting people in their offices is very very important, because that's how you come to know a constant co-parallel feedback, that what is changing in the market, what are the new requirements, so that you can keep those innovations within your business models. Client acquisition, because after all these exercises, when your product and service is ready now, it has been marketed to the people, to the customer base, few customers would be calling you back, and you have to manage that your your connection to that customer and your answers to the questions of that customers are strong enough so that that customer does not run away and he comes to you. Finally, when customer you have sold it to your customer, they you should take feedback from the customer and innovate your product further, so that your business is always on a sustainable growth. That is how a startup should be managed with a scientific approach. Uh, if we see it on a clock model, the first step is ideation. Second is paperwork. Third is business setup. And last is marketing and sales. And then again come back with innovation or remodeling. So that's about it, how to manage a startup with scientific aptitude. I hope I'm being able to share the ideas and the process to you, and many of you would be benefited from this presentation. You can contact us for higher education collaborations, for publication of your articles or your brand in Business Strategy e-magazine. Contact us for a podcast interview for branding your business, which is also webcast on YouTube channel and on several social media channels, or hire me for speaking sessions and as a coach. Our websites are vaneeta.a.com, bismack.com, lstrategic.com, and this is WhatsApp number where you can contact within India. And this is our business email, contact@bismack.com. Thank you, TechNow, for this wonderful opportunity where women entrepreneurs have been called. I am privileged and honored to be part of this event.